Edwards to the rim! Defying gravity! Edwards driving. Oh! Hide your wife! Hide your kids!
Long gone are the days when Anthony Edwards was considered just a rising talent. He has since become one of the key players for the Timberwolves and even stars of the US national basketball team. And I think it's safe to say he's now become one of the NBA's finest. It is bizarre how a player of his caliber is yet to attract the attention of other players, like Jordan Poole, have managed to capture. What makes him unique? Well, stick around till the end to find out. And without further ado, let us begin. Alright, so let us talk about the one and only Anthony Edwards. Many of you don't rate him as a star yet, and I've heard a lot of people think of him as more of a talent with a lot of potential rather than an established star. I guess that makes sense, and I used to think the same thing, but hear me out. I am sure your opinions about the Ant-Man will change after this video. Gone are the days when he was one of those guys that would give you one or two highlights thanks to his immense athletic ability, but wasn't really reliable enough to be the talisman for the team. His minutes have increased dramatically as he's quickly evolved into a compelling force in the league, with his electric performances dazzling fans and opponents alike. The fact that he has carved out this reputation among the top players despite only a few seasons in the league clearly shows how quickly he was to adapt to the big game. And this is just the start. He's gonna improve a lot more in the coming years. And another thing I want to point out is how well he delivers when his team needs it most. Despite his team's overall record, his indisputable ability to rise to the occasion during postseason play demonstrates his intrinsic capability to flourish under pressure. This shows a lot of character for someone his age. And if I'm being candid, he might even be a future leader for the Timberwolves if a top team like the Warriors or the Lakers don't snap him up in the coming years. But we'll just have to wait and see on that one. But now let's talk about how our opinion has changed in recent years. How did he improve so much? Well, he's worked a ton on his game recently. Thanks to his history in various sports, he always had athletic ability and an incredible physical dedication to keeping fit. That is what helped him get drafted. But he was a raw talent back then. Now, he has worked on his game and sanded off the rough edges. For example, his scoring and reliability have increased due to his improved three-point shooting and clever moves within the arc. There's a sense of trust around him now, and his ability to create shots has never been questioned, a skill he's developed since his rookie year. His ability to create shots from beyond the arc and sink difficult shots highlight his ability to dominate from any position on the court. It's no wonder the Timberwolves look to him in the final quarters, and he's bailed them out on numerous occasions. But let's break down his game and get right into the fine details. We've already talked about his three-point shot improving, but how did he do it? We find Edwards excelling in spot-up shots, isolations, and pick-and-roll situations, steadily improving in these categories throughout his career. His spot-up and pick-and-roll ball handler three-point percentages have been particularly promising. This shows that he's also good at adapting to a specific system or play and does not do anything comfortable. His ability to exploit defensive gaps is even more intriguing, as demonstrated when defenders hesitate to contest his shots off of screens. This proficiency places immense pressure on opponents to defend him, leaving openings for his teammates to exploit. Just watch any Timberwolves matchup. You're gonna find that he's always heavily guarded, sometimes even double-teamed. This helps other top players like Towns to score freely. A lot of people underrate this factor about Edwards. But what really distinguishes Edwards is his effectiveness off the ball, which he navigates as deftly as he does on the ball. He quickly moves from primary shot creator to off-ball threat, drawing comparisons to Jason Tatum. His use of off-ball screens confuses defenses, forcing them to deal with his diverse threat and the additional layers of off-ball action. This dynamic allows his teammates to capitalize on the mismatches he creates, demonstrating his versatility and basketball IQ. He's a fantastic player if you want your team to play a specific system. He not only is terrific himself, but he makes the players around him great too. That's the sign of a great player. We've discussed how great offensively he is and how good he is off the ball, but now let us talk about another underrated aspect of him. And yeah, you guessed it right, I'm talking about his defense. Defensively, Edwards showcases both potential and growth. While still an elite defender, his athleticism and wingspan offer a foundation for success. But since you're one of the team's primary scorers, any defensive offensive contribution is a bonus. And trust me when I say this, he does more than contribute towards the Timberwolves defense. Like for example, his off-ball help defense and his ability to disrupt shots and swipe the ball in weak side scenarios stand out when the opposition has the ball. Moreover, his anticipation of ball movement and knack for deflecting passes during drives demonstrates his potential to influence games on the defensive end. These small things matter greatly and can differentiate between winning and losing. But just how does he manage such a high defensive and offensive work rate? Well, Edwards' defensive evolution hinges mainly on his consistency and effort. He's always been a hustler and tried to commit to a sustained effort and involvement in every possession. The guy works hard, and with that natural athletic build and ability, it's no surprise that he's good on both ends of the court. The ability to maintain a high level of energy throughout games distinguishes a decent player from an excellent one, which is one of the reasons why the Ant-Man will continue to improve as a player and I'm sure one day become an NBA legend. Ultimately, this kid deserves all of the hype. Looking at another famous player like Jordan Poole, it's safe to say that Edwards is much better. I don't know, maybe he needs to switch to another team to become a big name, but he should stay with the Timberwolves, guide them to a championship, and show the world what he is made of. That would solidify his legacy. But even if he doesn't do it, his journey, marked by rapid growth and stubborn determination, signifies a player poised for greatness. The phrase, "the sky is the limit," often feels cliche, but for Edwards, it resonates profoundly. The league might not be buzzing about him as much as it should, but that's about to change, folks, because I am sure his time is near. And as the new NBA season rapidly approaches, we eagerly anticipate witnessing the continued ascent and this remarkable young talent. So remember the name, Anthony Edwards, for the unspoken narrative of his greatness is about to be unveiled. It's just a matter of time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.